Hi, I'm Kevin Freeman. With my wife Sandra, we own Freeman Sign in Cape Neddick, Maine. We started in 1990. We've made a lot of signs, and this sign we made in 1993. This hangs in front of the York Town Hall. It doesn't have any letters on it right now, but in a few minutes we're going to show you how we put the letters on, so stay tuned. But before that, I'd like to talk a little bit about the components of the sign. These spindles were turned from Honduras mahogany. They're in great shape. They've lasted extremely well. They're quite beautiful. They were designed by my friend Mike Habercorn. The frame is white pine, and the backboard here is MDO, which means medium density overlay, which means standard signboard. And it's just held up remarkably well for all of this time. I did replace the top yoke here, and this is an original urn, which is also Honduras mahogany. So here, we're going to go back a little bit. You're going to watch a little bit of the restoration process, and then we're going to come right out of that, and we're going to go to Sandra finishing up the sign, and we're going to actually take you over to York Town Hall while we hang it up. So here we go. In the interest of full disclosure, this is what the sign looked like when we picked it up. We did restore the sign 19 years ago, and we made the sign in 1993. Other than the wearing off of the paint, the sign was in remarkably good shape. I did decide to go ahead and replace the yoke because I really couldn't tell if it had been damaged and if there was rot inside. But when I took it apart, I realized that there was none. Nonetheless, it has a new top now. Like I said previously, this top is pretty strong still, and I'm sure it would have been fine, but you really can't tell until you take a cut into it. And here it is, missing its top. But not for long. It's time to pay a little bit of attention to these spindles, which are made from Honduran mahogany. I like to fasten everything together with stainless steel screws and marine epoxy. I put an abundant amount of epoxy on there and just kind of let it ooze out. These plugs cover over the screw holes, and they're also made from white pine. Coming back the next day and popping off those clamps is always so satisfying. I am applying here a thinned down coat of primer, thinned with a paint conditioner, and this will allow the paint to penetrate into the wood better. The second coat of primer will not be thinned down, and it'll be a nice thick opaque coat. This is the last coat of paint. Put 2 coats of primer on each side and 2 coats of enamel on each side. When this dries, join me for putting on the letters in the other room.
Hi, I'm Sandra Freeman, the other half of Freeman Sign. So when the sign was made 30 years ago, this is all the original wood except for Kevin fixing a couple things on the top. It had a different font and a different layout. But this is the layout from 19 years ago. So I was able to find that artwork on our archaic computer and recut the lettering and take all the measurements from that original artwork. Right now I have everything centered. I've measured several times to make sure that there's no mistakes. And then I peel off the backing. And squeegee the lettering down. And whoa. Taking care to do it properly so that there's no air bubbles. And then this is the transfer tape that transferred the lettering on. And I can pull it away very carefully. And you get to see the lettering. York. There we go. If you've ever done wallpaper, this is very much like that. Start at the center, work your way out. There we go, a lettered sign. Now Kevin will do the hardware and we'll head over on a beautiful day to historic York Village and install the sign.
Okay, so it's a beautiful spring day and we are going to head over to the town hall and put up the sign.
Yep.
All right, so we've arrived. We're getting ready to put the sign up. We just got to hook it to those little hooks up there on that post.
Really complicated.
Yeah, and then we'll be finished. So this sign is back at its original home at the York Town Hall. It's a really windy day and this sign installation went without a hitch.
And it did get hit.
Oh yeah, it did get hit.
That was the easiest, fastest installation we have ever done.
Yeah, I think it was because you guys were watching. Cheers. I think driving back to the shop in Cape Neddick requires a little side trip, so I came down to Long Sands Beach and I thought I'd give you a little pan. Here we go. And there you have it. Heading back now. Catch you later.